meeting.
Yeah.
When did we talk about the Facebook page last meeting?
Oh, those are the wrong minutes. Go back
In order, do the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Welcome, everyone. Okay. First thing on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from the January 13th regular meeting. Is there any discussion or corrections about the minutes?
I didn't see anything.
Is there a motion to approve those?
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And then it says approval of meeting norms. Is that,
Well, I should have taken off norms. It's really just the dates. If you
The
remember
dates.
last time, I forgot to bring the dates.
yeah, okay. So has everybody seen the proposed dates for the 2026 meeting?
I initially thought November was gonna be messed up because of Veterans Day. I had it in my head. It was on Tuesday, but it's not. So it's all, it will be all regular dates.
Is there any discussion about these dates?
Were we talking about not having a meeting in December at one time?
Yeah, I think we were talking about that. I'm okay with not having a December meeting if the club would, or if the committee or the park board would want to do that. There's not a whole lot going on in December.
If something did come up that was important, we could just schedule.
Yeah, we could schedule meetings. I don't know. What's everybody's feeling
I
about?
don't know, you could probably just leave it on here, it'd be just as easy to take it off and cancel that meeting as it would be to add it. Sometimes you gotta do all the posting stuff to add it, so. I'd say we just approve them as is.
I think Tom makes a good point.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve these dates?
I'll make a motion.
All in favor, or a second?
I'll second.
All right, all in favor?
I,
Aye. Very good. Let's see. Okay, the next thing is the winter pier maintenance project by Johnson and Sons Piers. I think you're here tonight for that.
Yes,
You want to introduce yourself?
my name is Joel Johnson. I'm with Johnson and Sons Piers. And we install and build new sections when needed.
And I think you did the piers for us last year, right?
Yes, sir.
All right,
and he's actually scheduled to put them in the spring,
in the spring.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
cause we had changed that cycle.
Right.
One of the things in front of you is.
Oh, yeah, for the. Okay. Do we have to approve this contract for the installation of the pier?
Probably should.
When
Is there a motion to approve this contract?
I make a motion that we approve the pier installation contract with Johnson and Sons Pier in the amount of. That's the $6,298.36.
Yes.
So I just want everyone to be aware that county doesn't ever pay late fees or interest. They just,
Oh,
so that's just on number 3. I just kind of wanted it to
yeah,
be aware.
okay. I wouldn't think that'd be an issue with us,
It shouldn't.
okay? All right, is there a second on the contract?
I'll second.
All right, all in favor?
I,
Aye. And then we have another contract. Pier construction agreement. And for everybody that's here, what that is regarding are these pieces here, correct?
Yes.
Okay, Could you explain that to the general public here, what we're doing?
So they're the fingers that come off where you walk on and step onto your boat. There would be 10-foot sections. And the reason why they're 3 foot is that's what the original ones are on the south pier. And that's for all the fingers for the south pier, is
Okay,
what we call it.
yeah, we'd be replacing all of them,
Yes, all the fingers, not the walkway, but the fingers.
right?
How long are they now?
They're,
Cause there's two pieces. right?
yeah, there's 20 sections. So there's 2 sections per,
Well, that's what I mean. Like,
yeah, it'd be 20 feet per finger.
Instead, so now they're only gonna be 10.
No, they're gonna be 20, no, each section is 10 foot, so it'd be
It's still gonna be 20.
20,
foot.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna be about the same
It'd be exactly the
configuration
same,
as
yes.
before.
Right,
These are just newer and better and,
It sure looks sturdy.
yeah,
yeah, well, and the other thing too is we also have to make sure that we stay with the same configuration because of the permit. We don't wanna
Yeah.
sway from that permit at all, so.
right. Is there any further discussion about,
Contract says 2.5 feet wide.
I'm sorry?
That's probably what it measures, that's probably what it measures, 2.5.
Yeah, they're 32 inches though. The existing ones are 32 inches wide. I don't know why it's a goofy sign.
I
So-
thought I measured them when I was out there,
As what?
2.5, close to 2.5 feet.
Yeah.
30, 32, 200 inches.
No, I'm just saying, I don't care.
But those were the old ones from the marina. So that's why they could be off size.
Any further discussion?
I guess can we confirm, confirm that
Measurement,
that it's
yes,
gonna be exactly the
yes,
same
it'd be exactly,
regardless of what it says here?
yes, yes. I'll confirm that before I build, so.
Okay. Is there a motion to accept this contract?
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joel. Everyone was very happy with the work you did last year. I appreciate it.
And Joe, that'll all be completed before
Yes, yes, I'll start working on it as soon as I receive.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, the next thing is approval of 2026 Bass Lake Beach Pier Agreement. I think everybody's got that on their copy of that.
Okay, so
Just over the changes.
if you look, all the changes are either gonna, in blue, the ones that are in red are things that will change if you make another change, I guess. So for number 4 on the terms, under rent, I added that all rental payments shall be paid in advance of the use of the pier and shall be paid by or before April 15th, 2026. Thinking about that now, as we're sitting here, I almost think I should change that to April 1st to give myself time to make sure everybody who wants to come back is able to come back. And then those who don't want to come back, but that we can talk about that at the end. The 15th is, but then all rental payments then would be paid. I changed the address to this annex office. It was the old office. So I left the $425 in red, and I'll tell you why when we get to the last page. So that would be something for number 4 if you choose. That's all in the terms. On the payment page, I did add a few things. And then we got their mailing address, but I need them to list their cell phone and email address. And then Terry Block suggested that we add boat owner or boat insurance for our own files. And then some people have like a boat and a jet ski or 2 boats, so I added a place for 2 things on the same page. There, and then most of the changes come on the back in Exhibit B. Number one, just adding that the pier lease and watercraft leases run Memorial Day to Labor Day, even if we can get out a little early and stay a little later. It keeps it covered that way. Number two, boats and wave runners will be allowed in the mooring areas beginning May 9th. As long as pier installation is complete, any boats moored before May 9th will have a $25 a day fee added to their lease. Now, so number 9, if basically number 13 and 9 kind of go, no, not 13. Basically, I guess I can't see it in here. Oh, no. This would be with, well, either way, I think that each pier slip should be rented as one pier slip. So previously we have been letting some people rent half a slip for 2 jet skis. I'm not saying people can't do what they want, but I think for the Parks Department, it is best if we just keep it. You just rent one slip. We will no longer be doing half payments for that, is
So,
what I'm suggesting.
and when you say one slip, you mean the
A full
12-foot section
Yeah, the
between the
boat slip.
water and the pier.
Yes.
And then the next one is
A
another.
numbered section.
Mhm. Down to 13. Previously we gave out a couple passes. Sometimes one guy wanted 3 or 4, I ended up giving him 3, but I really think that 1 or 2 passes is enough, and I'll leave that up to you guys. I can have, and then having the list of pier slip holders at the gate entrance, so that if people do forget their pass, they know they can still come in. It's just that I think a lot of people might have been handing out their slips to people to get into the beach for free. We were down on beach entry a little bit, and that could be why. And then so down to number 21. This will be something for, all these are just for you guys to consider. Due to an increasing demand for pier slips, we will not allow vacant pier slips. All slips supposed to be occupied or at least can be terminated. 22, each pier spot will be rented as 1 unit. There it is, sorry. Park department will no longer rent half slips for 2 jet skis. 23, all outstanding debt, including winter shore station storage, must be paid in full before you can utilize your pier slip for the current year. If late payments are not made by April 15th, Starke County Parks Department reserves the right to rent your spot to someone else. 24, lessee or the renter is responsible for making sure boats and shore stations are out of the water by October 1st or 15th. Leave that for you guys' consideration. Boats and shore stations left in the water beyond the state will result in a $25 a day fee. 25, the lessee is the only party allowed to use pier slip. So, and then after that, subleasing your pier is strictly prohibited. Those might be the same, but I'll leave that to you guys.
So the only one of these last ones that I had a question on is 21. To tell you the truth, if somebody pays for the slip and they paid in full and they only want to put their boat in for a week, I mean, I don't care, you know. I just think it might create more trouble than it's worth. That's all.
Well, she just wanted to do it because there was such a demand for boat slips last year, and we had 3 people that never used their slip.
But as long as they
I'm-
pay,
I'm just
yeah,
explaining-
I'm just saying, as long as they paid for it in full, I think they should.
You guys
be able
have
to
the
use it.
decision.
I think they should use it however they want.
Both sides
That's
make a
just
good
me.
point.
Huh?
Both sides make a good point.
Right.
You make a good point, he makes a good point.
Right.
Not me.
But we're getting the money, I mean, we've already gotten the money, it's not like
Yeah.
we're gonna get any more money out of it by putting this in place, I'm not sure what it.
Well, there's demand for outside pier slips, and I think there was some empty ones sitting last year. Bigger boats need the outside.
Because Boa Shores does the same thing. Not meaning, don't let, people complain about Boa Shores because people have rented spaces for 10 years and never use them,
Okay.
just to hold on to them, you know, but that's what I mean by it.
That really hasn't been a problem with us yet so far, though.
No,
Like someone brought up a different point after I added this, that maybe someone's boat breaks down in the middle of this.
and we've had that.
Yeah, then they won't you know, it wouldn't be fair for them to lose.
That's what I'm saying. Policing this seems like it's worth more trouble than it's worth. And as long as we've gotten the full amount of money, I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I think if somebody rents it and then they don't use it, we're gonna rent it to someone else, and then what if that person wants to come back and?
That's what I'm saying. I think it just.
It's gonna be a nightmare.
What Amy was pointing towards with this was not what you said.
What?
We would, the direction she wanted to go, if I speak for her, she can nod no if I'm wrong. Is we would tell them that we will not leave it vacant. If they're not gonna put a boat in it, we will rent it out. Not that we were gonna take their rent and they rent on top of that.
I think it's something we can deal with kind of like on an ad hoc basis. We get the full payment from them. But as the year goes on, if it looks like they're not even gonna use it, then we can talk to them, see what they really wanna do. If it, you know, if it comes.
Because we could return the portion of the money that's
Maybe,
left
yeah.
if we re-rent.
Right, but it might not be a bad idea to contact them at least and make sure that they're.
Yeah,
you know.
or maybe if they don't utilize it that year, the next year.
Well, also too, when we called them this year, there was 3 of them, that's all there was. And we could ask them what their plan is,
Right,
for those 3 at least that we know.
I don't have any problem with that.
That doesn't mean that they'll even do it again.
Right,
So do we leave it in there or take it out?
I would say take it out.
Yeah, I suggest we take it out. Is that okay, everyone?
Works for me.
I think we can.
I wanna talk about
Yeah.
24. You're taking the piers out, right?
Yes.
What's it?
No, I'm
Oh,
not.
no, we don't need
That's gonna be a separate contract.
Yeah, we don't know yet, cause last year, remember, we had switched it to where he was gonna put them in and we're gonna go out for bid for the takeout. put
Take
in
it out.
Next year, sometime in the summer.
Okay, but you took them out last year, right?
Yes, sir.
What, is October 1st a good date to have?
So that's not a bad day, as long as their boat's not on the lift, because it is hard when their boat is on the lift to take the pier out. You know what I mean? Cause you don't wanna damage anything.
Right,
You know what I mean? So, I mean, a lift is something, but if everybody's lift was still in there by October, that would make it really hard to take the pier out.
mhm. But weather-wise, we're okay by going October 1st?
So far we have, but normally I take it out, you know. Normally you wanna do it, you know, right after Labor Day and towards the end of September.
Right,
How long does it take to pull them all out?
It took us about 4 days with the guys I had, 3 days maybe with everybody I had.
So should this?
You
date
guys
be-
can change that date to anything you want.
Yeah, should this be a little different?
The lease ends Labor Day.
Yeah.
Why let them stay for an extra month?
Oh,
What we
It's
usually,
a nice
what we
one.
used to do before is it was always Labor Day. And we give them till the week after, because nobody wants anybody to be at the beach on Labor Day. taking
Yeah,
stuff
that
out.
makes sense.
So you give them a week or 2 afterwards, but the problem we ran into, and is if the weather was like nice like last year, we had nice weather all the way to October.
And I don't mind doing it a little bit later based on the weather, you know what I mean? Like if I know that it's warmer, I don't like, cause I talked to Amy and I said, Amy, I'm gonna wait until this date to take it out because it was nice.
yeah,
Everyone was very happy about it.
If
They
all
were-
the equipment's out, it won't be so bad for him, but when he.
Yes, because we have to basically give them a definite date when it come out, because last year,
Oh, my gosh.
we had lifts that didn't come out till December, and if those people don't take the lifts out. We have to hire somebody to go get the lift out before it
You guys
freezes,
did
Yeah.
too, for what I feel.
you know,
Not this year.
yeah, okay,
If I hire Portside Marine to come get my lift out and my boat's off of it,
uh-huh,
I'm out of there. And they don't have my lift out, who's paying that $25? Cause I'm not.
That's fair.
yeah.
And
well, actually,
they're
that should go to Portside, really.
Yeah, and I can't help that. I got my stuff off of there.
But you know what
I'm
the
here to
big-
help Joel.
The biggest
He
problem
does
we
a good
have
job.
is lifts coming out late, but the biggest problem we have is to make sure the boats are out so Joe can work.
And that's fine.
You're taking your boat out, so it's
My
gone,
boat's
but
gone.
we just say have.
But I got
they
no
have something.
control. over
But your issue was more with the lifts that had the boats on them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, because I'm afraid that somebody's gonna do something or, you know what I mean? Cause that's a liability on my end.
Right. Maybe this is your case.
yeah,
No, it's not my case, but I don't want charged for
So
my
I had
lift.
this in there.
Right. For
Yeah,
being
we,
there,
yeah, we
so
have,
the biggest thing is, basically is the boats, that's the biggest problem. So we do have a couple lifts. You know, we can always decide to charge the people, because if it gets caught in the snow, and technically, if you read the contract. Anything left in it after October 1st, technically, legally, is property of the beach.
Hmm.
You know,
So
because
will they-
people were leaving augers in, I'm not coming again, and we had to pay a guy $100 to come out and take
That
augers
did
out.
happen last year.
In the ice, you know,
Mhm.
you gotta walk out on the ice to take augers out. They keep telling you they're coming, and they
What
never
if
show
we-
up. What do you do?
What if we changed, had 2 dates, like have your boats out by October first, then your shore stations by
And
October
then
thirty?
your lifts out at a different date.
I
And then my
would say the
hopes for people
15th.
are supposed to be, if some of them know there's a deadline, maybe I was hoping maybe they would get busy a little faster, you know what I mean?
Of course, it only has one speed. They're gonna work. the-
Maybe-
Foresight gonna get them out of there whenever they want.
Yeah.
Well, they're done
And they're gonna put them in whenever they want.
But if you
The
want,
good thing is I do know there's 2 other people that have started their own marinas.
Yeah.
And that's gonna take a lot of relief off of port side.
Mhm.
And they both have those boats that can. I can get you both of their numbers if you wanted to talk to them.
cause I can go and we can go and talk to Glenn at Portside and just tell him the situation and, that we need them out, they have our piers out, you know, and.
Well, I think that's probably a good idea then, to have the boats out by October 1st and
The
and
list.
the list by the 15th.
Okay,
Cause that
That's
31st I
fine.
think is a little too.
And
far.
we could tell, Glenn,
And Larry.
it's his $25 to eat, it's not your fault, cause you scheduled him to come out. You know. And then we'll just somehow go after him later on. It's not yours to do, like you said. You've contracted him to be out by that time.
I built a contract with him, that's on him, not me.
Yeah,
At
I
that
I
point.
agree 100%.
so should we take out the late fee thing?
Well, no, just.
No, I'd leave it in.
Date the first
And
and
he
then.
can get it in his
15th.
I would leave it in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because we have no muscle
Yeah,
to make people pick their boats up.
and
This is it.
Yeah,
we can be flexible and, you know.
Yeah, if somebody's a
Negotiate these.
day or two late or something, doesn't matter, but when, you know, when they're 2-3 weeks late.
well, and if we know it's the fault of someone else.
Sure,
we
yeah,
know.
exactly.
What concerns me more though is even those, whoever left their augers out there and. Until it froze, and do we know who that slip holder is?
Well,
Or
I
is that hard
say,
to know?
I say
Once the
we
piers
do
are gone.
because
It's hard to.
because I know which ones they were. But when I called them up, they said, those aren't my augers.
Okay.
But yet, they're the only ones on that pier with augers. Well, what are you gonna do? You know? And
I
then,
think we just gotta kind of watch that and make sure the ones that have augers, make sure that they follow this same thing.
because, what do you call it? I forgot what I was gonna say, because they had the auger, but they never came back the next year either.
Okay.
You know, they left the augers gone, you know?
So then we're gonna stay with 15. Right, number
First.
15,
Oh,
I'd put an actual date.
okay. Any augers, ropes, buoys left in water, what should say must be removed by October 1st?
I would say, 2 weeks after the,
Well,
don't
they
put a
want a
date on it.
date, they want a date.
Well, then you need to put a weekend date on it, not a weekday date, you know what I'm saying? Because most people
Look at
there
the
that
calendar.
have boats in, their stuff comes out on the weekends.
So we
Put
just
it October 15th and then give them a little leeway.
Well, it gives them 14 days, yeah, so.
Sure, just do
That's
that.
fine. And if they tell us they can't do it, we'll give them the following weekend, whatever it is.
At that time, though. Yeah, real.
Yeah, people don't want to go
October
in. That's why.
15th is the
The
Thursday.
15th is a Thursday, if you're wondering.
Well, we'll just tell them they can have it till the weekend, that's
That's
all.
Monday.
17th is
We'll
Saturday.
just, because that way we can leave it in the contract always as the 1st and the 15th.
Right.
We don't have to change it.
Make it, you can make it the 19th, that's a Monday, gives them 3 weekends in October.
and then shore,
Then-
shore stations are going to be Memorial Day weekend.
They have to be off the beach.
Okay,
off the beach.
The
Oh,
ones that are stored for the winter,
gotcha.
because they take up all the
No, I
parking.
know,
you know.
I understand what you're saying.
So then we need to decide if you guys want to do, number 22, because then that would take out, I would just take number 9 out altogether.
I think it should be rented as one.
Is one,
Yeah.
Full slip or no slip.
Yeah.
no half slips.
Yeah, I agree.
So are we gonna let them? We're gonna let them have another wave runner in there, like a friend or somebody if they want to split the spot?
I mean, that's up to
It's
them,
theirs.
but I,
No, the reason I say that is if they do, we need the same paperwork from that other wave runner as we get from the renter.
Right.
So we
Yeah,
have
if we do notice that there's more than one, then they have to. tell us
paperwork
about
for
it.
the other one.
Right, and make sure that that one's off.
Just add a rule that says paperwork needs to be supplied for every single craft.
Correct. then.
Because even though he's a slip holder, we still need the information for who's ever in with them. Yeah, if we have to call them or whatever. But technically, he's not allowed to rent it.
Stored or, what's the word? Paperwork must be supplied for every single craft
Utilizing,
utilized.
utilizing the personal
Mortar.
Got it.
Pierce slip.
Devil's advocate, what if somebody says this is my cousin or friend is actually subletting the second
He's
week?
not allowed to flood
We
boat.
don't someone.
We all had something.
Well,
If they don't say.
Right.
that's right, you can only do so much, I mean. it's up
Yeah,
to-
I think we're gonna,
Yeah.
if, I don't know why anyone would wanna split with someone, because they could pay less and just have their own thing, unless they wanted to be at the south. Everything's
Full price though, isn't it?
Yeah. So, it's just,
okay,
if they sublet it, we have no control over that, because they're never gonna tell us. Well,
well,
we need to pay.
you know why, I do think that there was something that I saw a boat that I'm pretty sure was being subletted. And because it had all the instructions of how to utilize the boat, what to do, how to
Well, that's
use
probably
it.
not sublet, that's probably,
Is
they're
renting.
renting it out,
Well.
and we
isn't
don't
that-
allow that.
Okay,
So if they're renting out
what's
from the
that
pier,
not, if that's not called subleasing?
no, that would be, no rental boats allowed. That's what
So you
you,
can.
we don't allow them-
Are doing it.
right. So it's,
So not that subleasing on number 26 needs to be turned, made to a different time. Cause what I mean is, like, no Airbnb, their boats, but I don't know.
well, what we need to do is, you could just put a line in there, no rental boats allowed in pier slips. Because one person last year,
So what they're saying is somebody bought a Pierce slip and they have a boat
and they
and
rented
they're
it.
advertising it to the public to rent it out and they're letting them come and use it whenever they want to use it.
We had
They
that
don't
2
wanna
years
do that.
ago, person wanted to do it, and we wouldn't let them do it.
Yeah.
Or an Airbnb is part of their rental,
Yeah.
is they can use this. boat.
Because I think it says in there, it has to be used by the owner or it can only be used by the owner. A lease spot can only be used by the owner, something of that effect is in the lease.
Well, can we just say that, who's ever renting the spot cannot rent
It's-
out their
I
boat?
believe it's in there, if you read it.
I'll just make it a little more clear. for
Right,
what
make
it
sure
is.
Yeah, I didn't, actually, I didn't really know we had a problem with that.
I think it's in the front part, if you read it close, someplace in there.
Yeah, I kind of skipped over in the front because it was the same as last year.
Yeah, and it's been in there for a couple of years.
So we think we got everything cleared up now on this one?
And you want to get these out by when?
Probably the end of the month if you guys, I'd probably get them out in the next. Soon as I can, maybe Bev and I will probably work on that next week and, maybe in a couple weeks, get them out.
So we're good with 23, 24, 25.
Yeah.
24, I changed to October 1st and October 15th. You guys good on 23?
I'm good.
Yeah.
And, I'll just leave 25 there just to be, we'll
Yeah.
overstate it as many times as.
What did we pick for 24, October 1st or the 15th?
I put October 1st for boats and October 15th for shore stations.
You switch that to shore stations and others.
Mhm.
Number 9 will be deleted since I'm running full slips.
Yes, sir.
Number 2. If Joel gets the shore stations in, or gets the docks in. And so we can't put a shore station in before May 9th. Is that correct? Say he gets them in early.
Number 2.
Yeah, number 2.
Insurance purpose.
Boats and wave runners will not be allowed in mooring areas before May 9th.
Oh.
Yeah, that's saying the actual boat. It's not saying shore station though. It's saying, it's,
But on the front, it says the lease is from May first.
No, so March
March
1st.
No.
On the
It
front.
says this piece dated March 1st.
We
So
don't have to
you're
worry
all
too
right.
much about that. The only problem we gotta worry about is people put their lifts in early,
Uh-huh.
if they allow that.
Yeah.
And then people sneaking their boats in because their lifts are in. That's the thing.
the reason why we have the the lease for March first though is more so we have a count. We know how many and what are open.
Yeah.
It's not that, just because it says March first doesn't mean you can put the boat in March first.
Yeah, that, I was hoping everyone would get these by March first or like around March first.
Well, they should if you don't use the US mail.
I'll just get on my horse and slow ride them to everybody.
And I see what, the reason he's saying that is last year they had a problem because Glenn gets so backed up putting lifts in. Weather and and they wanted their lift in early and then we didn't allow it early because,
Well, they had a perfect
that was-
opportunity to put them in at the end of April and then they didn't get them in until after Memorial Day.
Well, and that was because part of it was Brown and Brown wouldn't let
The
me
beach was
let
full,
everybody,
yeah.
they
I
kept,
understand that, but they're coming in from the water.
I know.
but like I said, and I understand what you're saying. But then we gotta worry about people
They'll bring their boats.
putting them in and then putting their boats on. So it's fine if you wanna put the lifts in early. As long as we don't allow boats in early, because let's face it, their contract says Memorial Day weekend, and we're giving it to them 2 weeks before. May 9th for boats, so that's plenty of time, unless you guys wanna extend the contract, it's up to you.
I think it's been working the way these things haven't really changed much over the last couple of years and we haven't had any.
I mean, if you wanna change it to May 1st for the lifts. It's up to you guys, or you wanna leave it the way it was.
I'm just asking because we never got charged $25 a day before.
Well, that's because we're getting people that won't come take their stuff out, that's why.
Or they're bringing it to.
Or-
I say.
Cause you gotta remember, your contract states Memorial Day weekend, and all of a sudden now
We're
we're
gonna be
giving
changing,
everybody an
there's
extra
always a
5 weeks.
possibility of more problems, so.
Cause we're
Yeah,
giving
I'm not sure
everybody
it gets
extra
us
5
any-
weeks as it is on the contract.
Okay, so what's the first day both lifts can be in?
It's set on who's on Joe installing. May 9th will be the earliest,
Right.
as long as Joe's done with the piers.
And they're numbered.
It's
Yeah, because
whichever
that's
one
stated as
first.
long as the pier installation is complete.
As long as Joe's done by May 9th, you can put him in May 9th. If Joe's a little late, you might be a day or two later. All depends on Joe. Or I should say, it all depends on the weather.
Weather, yeah.
We still-
Because everybody fought weather last year.
Okay, is that all the changes we need to make? We think? Is there a motion to accept the lease with the additional changes?
I make that motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, all right.
And I guess we should, do we normally, once it's complete and ready to get sent out, do we send it to Justin to have him kind of just double check?
Once I make all the corrections, I'll send it.
Yeah, and I'd like to get them out the sooner the better.
Sooner
Yeah.
the better.
Well, it all depends on Justin now.
Yeah, I know.
He's usually pretty quick. at
He'll get
coming
right
around.
on it. Yeah, he'll get it.
The biggest thing is Justin right now.
Okay.
We'll start making phone calls tomorrow and everything else is on Justin.
Okay, next thing on the agenda is an update of Bass Lake renovation project. Did we do our renovation?
Well, we were supposed to do the final thing last month, but I have a feeling this could go a little bit longer. But I do truly think we're closer to solving whatever the problem is on getting this last bill paid. We still owe 42,000. I have the invoice. I'm going to take it. I'm gonna try to get it paid next week and hopefully we'll have an answer to, like a logical answer to the council on where this money is. It's somewhere, it's a puzzle, and Teresa is luckily good at this and helping, and
It's a daily struggle.
And
she's
when
been
is,
working on it every day.
when's the auditor due back? Or do we have to do this before then? Probably, right?
Well, she's coming back Tuesday. And from her surgery, and then she'll be gone the week after.
But I did get an email from the owner of Brown and Brown yesterday wanting to know where their money is, and I know that they've waited quickly enough. So
We're satisfied. We've already looked at it and we're okay with all the work they've done to
yeah,
complete the project.
yeah, so we're just.
We should pay them.
We're not quite there yet. I ordered the signs that we need and they never came, so I reached out to the state and they said, oh, oops, you're right, you did order 2 signs, we'll get them out immediately. So between that and as soon as those signs come, I'm pretty sure we can start wrapping this up.
Very good. Okay, superintendent's report.
Okay, So first of all, I talked with Sam yesterday and I told him I would share with everyone how he's doing. He had another surgery. He has had terrible, terrible luck with his health lately. But he is feeling better and he's recuperating at Wintersong. He thinks he's gonna bust out of there next week, but from the sounds of it, he's probably going to be there maybe a couple more weeks. And then he said he'll probably stay with his son for a little while longer as he gets stronger, and he's hoping to be back with us by late spring.
Good.
So, but he is feeling better, and I know a lot of people ask about him.
Yeah, we wish them all.
Mhm. I am on the commissioner agenda for next week. I'm gonna share I think I'm going to the council too, but I'm just sharing my report and kind of giving an update. I'm not gonna bring up anything about the electric or anything until we know a little more. But I have to ask the commissioners if I can have what's called a clearing account. So it's like a bank account, but I can't write checks or anything, but I can receive money. If I can get a clearing account, then we can get reservations online and it would open things up for the events a little better. It would just make things a lot easier and more efficient.
I have a question.
Mhm.
If you can't write checks on this account, then how does the money that comes in, you'd have to write a check to bring it in?
Well, yeah, I think he just means you can't write checks to other vendors. But just like you said, just like the recorder does, I would write a check at the end of the month.
Right, just the,
Yeah,
Just
just
to
to
transfer.
just to the treasurer. And so I have
To go
to,
back into the parks.
yes. So I have to have permission from the financial body of the county, which I have learned is the treasurer and the commissioners. So the treasurer, Kelly Graham, she's on board, she's supportive, she'll help. And so I just need now to ask the commissioners.
And we're going to the council just to kind of
Yeah, and then the
Yeah,
council, I was just
sure.
gonna share my,
make sure that they're.
and to kind of give them, little report. There's been a lot of ice fishing. That's really fun to see and exciting. Last year, luckily, I guess, because Brown and Brown kept the gate locked, there was only a small amount of time where there was ice. And remember those ice fisher, they locked the ice fishermen in that one time. And they had to call 911 and I had to rescue them. So 911 called me, hey, you gotta go let the ice fishermen
Yeah,
out.
there's been some snowmobiles out there too.
So yeah, now it's packed. Last weekend, I went and checked both sides of the parking lot were filled with people. So hopefully next year we'll get this weather again when we have the beach house open and we can have coffee and chili and weigh fish and do all that stuff. I mean, I'm not trying to wish more snow on us next year, but I am actually.
It's really time.
Yeah, I know. Might as well. And then speaking of that, Coons Lake, Kramer's Beach had their Winter Fest.
Good weather for that.
Yes, so Chris Lawrence, who I think, is he?
Former board member.
Yes, and then he is active at Coons Lake. He called to just ask permission, which I thought was really nice. And I told him I didn't think anyone on the board would have a problem with the Winterfest. And he invited me. He was very nice. And David let me know there was probably about 250 to 300 people out there. And I did see some pictures. There were 100 sleds. Like, it looked fun, really fun. And that's
Good.
such a nice thing for a community to get together to do.
Worst part was parking or lack of.
Well, I could believe that.
Bet
Yeah.
your neighbor loved that, huh?
Yeah.
I'm far enough off the water that I wasn't directly affected, but when I walked over there, I was walking between cars.
No, but I mean the
Parked.
neighbor that complains about the beach.
Oh,
Yeah.
They're
I
out of
think they
town.
were there.
Yeah, I'm sure they weren't. Okay, and then lastly, I today met with a representative from this company, Compan. So the playground equipment for the new renovation, I think it's pretty cool. It's new, but it's really for older kids. It's not really, I mean, it's pretty hard for a little kid to play out there. So this lady called me and I met with her today. I actually learned a lot of things from her, but she left. I can pass this down. We aren't going to be able to do much this year. I would like very much to do something maybe on the campsite, something small for the kids to play on over there because we have a lot of kids in the campground these days. But we'll see. We'll see what kind of quote she comes up with. I just thought this is, I mean, if anybody wants to look at this, but then, I was looking through. There, for our other properties, there are things like climbing things that look like butterflies and mushrooms, that would be so cool at the forest. Just all kinds of interesting. And then the other thing, if you wanna look at that I thought was really, I never knew existed. It might be in here. I think these are around. There is like outdoor exercise equipment for adults that it just kind of stays out there. It's like playground equipment, but exercise bikes and weight equipment and things you can attach your phone to that doesn't have the technology. You would have to download the app, but I think that's pretty neat. And even for Creamer's Beach, I know there's not very much space, but so many ideas.
More space there if we realize.
Yeah, well, wouldn't it be nice for those kids to have something to play on? So I really liked the person that I met with, and I told her she drove from Tipton. And I said, well, I know someone from Tipton, our park board's president is from Tipton, and he told me that we are so lucky to have this lake because Tipton doesn't have a lake. And she said, you're absolutely right. And then I learned all about Cicero, Indiana, where I can go eat, go to the beach. If I ever get down that way, I have some suggestions of restaurants.
Cicero has a huge reservoir.
She said that's where they go to swim.
Used to go down there and slide down the dam.
I can just see it. Oh, geez.
That, a long time ago.
Oh.
Long time.
Sounds dangerous, but I'm glad that was fine. That's really all I have for I know it doesn't seem much. I am very busy. They're all menial little tasks, so there's not too much excitement going on now. I wish time was actually starting to get nervous. The spring is quickly approaching and I have a lot to do. So that's
Once we send out the first, leases, then once they start coming in, Gary and I will get together and
Yes.
kind of make sure the assignments. And we're just gonna try to keep it as whoever had the spot last year.
As of
did
now,
this
it
year.
is that way.
Yeah.
Except for people that don't come back.
Right, okay.
Yeah, that's it for superintendent report.
Okay, very good. Financial report?
I put in front of you guys, I didn't do a little monthly report, but I did print the combined ledger up to today. So, I mean, you can see we have $200 in Pierce because someone paid us a storage fee, but everything's happening in campground right now. We've got, how many, do we have any spots? We have one spot or none. We have them all full.
I'm all full.
We have them all full?
I just have to wait for a couple deposits.
Yep, and so checks are rolling in, every day and,
Not deposit, but
Yeah.
money.
and then the second time we'll get some checks would be April. So you can kind of see there and
And if you take the peer schedule from last year, we only have 5 openings in the peers.
it should be,
So, I mean, that's the way it ended last year.
Last year with
5 open slips.
I don't know if you guys have any questions on any of this, but we do have printing and duplicating as a new section. $500 there.
Has the council approved their?
Well, so
Okay,
here's.
yeah, I mean, cause I thought it was supposed to be done by a certain date and then it went past that, didn't it?
Well, and here's another thing, first, when I looked at this, it had something like what I had asked for, everything I asked for to be allocated to me for water softener and for, the splits, the mini split for the beach house, but that's not on here anymore. So I don't know what to say about that, I guess.
I think that's an auditor thing. I think Mike Lean has to input everything once it gets back from state. I don't think she's done that.
Right.
Okay, so.
Yeah, 'cause I don't remember, I mean, I may have missed the last council one, but I didn't know they actually approved it yet.
want to say that it was, but I think it needs to come back from state. So salary ordinance is what has not been approved yet.
Oh, it's a salad factory.
But. That's it, that's what we're working with so far. There's a lot of things, I told the girl from the playground equipment, I said, send me a quote, but I'm not working with a lot of money this year now.
Well, no, and then we got other priorities to.
I told her, it's like, we have electric to worry about, we have concessions. to
Well,
worry
and if you
about,
do
we
wanna
have-
be able to try to get heat in there.
Right.
to keep, that's a
And
big,
she
that's a big
understood.
job too, so.
But it focuses something in the budget too.
Exactly, and something to think about for the 5-year plan too.
Yeah, cause that's up after next year, kind of, right?
Mhm.
We have to come up with a new 5-year plan.
Yeah, well, at the end of this year, so I don't
Yeah.
really know how does that work. And that was another nice, like this, Claire was like, let me send you, who do you work with for your 5-year plan? I was like, well, I think Curb Seed, and I think the county does pay for that, but she's gonna send me a couple more names, and I just learned a lot from meeting with her about different things,
I
so.
think there were some grants that were used last time that the 5-year plan was done. It was right before I came on, I think. I remember approving it at one of my first meetings.
That might have paid for the kayak launches that were in the 5-year plan.
Alright. Okay, any other business? None?
Make motion we adjourn.
So second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you for coming.